everyone. I just wanted to show you my little board that I've had up for most of the year. This is a board that I kind of take with me around to different residencies, and it's kind of just a way for me to keep track of things. It's my little inspiration board, if you will, that I have here at home and then in various things. And I'm just finishing up today my memory keeper for 2023. So each year, if you're not familiar with this project, each year I create a 9 by 9 inch approximately symbol that is going to carry me through the whole year. And I keep this with me in my studio. And it's like my emblem, I guess, each year. And I start off with the symbol, and then at the end of the year, I name the year and I make a little tag. So I changed the process a little bit this year because normally I would pick a word at the end of the year that I think represents the year. But this year I actually picked perspective as my word of the year. And it actually was really, really helpful for me. It kept me focused. I'm just going to turn this around one sec. So picking the word perspective for me this year was a new way of approaching this project, the Memory Keeper project, but also for keeping me focused on the task at hand. And I really focused on getting perspective on all parts of my life that I possibly could, and I did. And so it's a practice I'm going to carry forward again into 2024 because I feel like the symbol, which I pick always at the end of the year for the following year, represents hopes and focus in a visual format. And the word is a little bit more concrete, a little bit more of an intellectual direction. And so for me, perspective really worked. So the way I kept the word all year, because I just made this label that's going to be going on the back of my Memory Keeper project for 2023, the way I kept this all year was I wrote the word on a paper, and then each quarter I wrote out a new kind of sub focus. So, this is just a piece of kids' construction paper. There's nothing fancy about this. But again, it was a way to see the words, to focus on them a bit when I was struggling or when I needed just that moment of pause. I could look at this and know. And then each quarter, I kind of added a subcategory that helped me to feel like I was kind of taking that word and then focusing it in a bit of a different way. So for instance, in quarter one, I wrote head down. So what I wanted to try to do in quarter one last year was just focus on working, keeping distractions at bay. Q2 was spring forward. So obviously I wanted some momentum. So I wanted to jump into something a little bit more. Q3 was summer of joy, which I talked about already. Wanting to enjoy my summer, wanting to get the most out of the summer personally, around swimming, around being with my kids, around just feeling the wonderfulness that can be summer and the long days and the kind of sunny, beautiful nature around me. And Q4 was opening out. And what I meant by that was, kind of starting this new journey of having a full-time art practice and opening to that, being, kind of expanding my idea of what I can do and what I can be. And so I won't reveal my word yet because I'm pretty sure I know what my word for 2024 is going to be, but I haven't finalized it. So I'm going to sit with it for a few weeks, the last few weeks of the year, and make sure that that's the word, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be. And I'm going to sew this onto the back of the Memory Keeper square. I've been doing this project, the Memory Keeper project, since 2007. So I have quite a few of these now, and eventually I will sew them all together and they will hang so that you can see both sides of the quilt. You can see the front with all the symbols and you can see the back with all the words and the years. So that is, I don't know when this project will be done. Maybe when I'm 80, maybe when I'm 90, I don't even know. It's a way that I mark my years, and I try to associate certain feelings and certain desires with these symbols. And I think they also represent my personal imagery and the things that come up for me in different years that I want to visually think about. The other things that were on the board are 2 tarot cards. This is well, it's been a year now since I have done this practice for myself. Once a week I sit down, I pull 2 tarot cards, and they represent me kind of focusing on things that might come up for the week. So it's very much a spiritual practice, and I have a photo of a studio space because I want to manifest that in my life. And then I have just some other little reminders, some other little personal reminders of things that I want to keep at the forefront, but also things that anchor me and remind me of who I am beyond impressions that other people put on me. Yeah, so right now what I'm going to do is sew this on, and I think that was all I wanted to update you on today. December has not been a very busy month in the studio. Part of me really wishes it had been, but there's just too many balls right now for me to feel like I can settle into a regular studio practice. And I believe that January is when that's really going to crystallize for me. I wanted to give myself December to try to understand my personal rhythm as without another job to think about. And yeah, and I needed that time I need this time to really sort through this year, prepare for next year, and get myself in the right headspace to tackle the first quarter of 2024. Actually, I do have one other thing I wanted to show you, and I will start that in a minute. So yesterday I got my copy of Photo Trouvé magazine. This is a magazine that celebrates artwork that uses found vintage photographs. So this issue is called Ancestral Treasures, and I applied for this opportunity in October, and my work was selected to be featured, which was very exciting. So I can put the links down below if you're interested in purchasing a copy for yourself. There's a lot of beautiful art in this magazine, but here is my profile. So my contact information, a little bit about myself and my work, and then the 3 pieces that were featured. And I will do a cutaway so you can see this a little bit better. But these works all feature photographs of this is my maternal grandfather, this is my paternal grandmother, and this is my great-grandmother, my maternal great-grandmother. And so, it's really great to be able to share that work. Those were photos that I scanned into the computer, and then I manipulated them and printed them on fabric. So yeah, it was very exciting to be in a magazine. I think this is my first magazine. I've been in a book, but I think this is the first time my work has been in a magazine. So it is a lovely little magazine. It feels a bit more like a book than a magazine to me, but it's very nicely bound, and it has, like I said, has a lot of great artwork in it, using lots of different methods of photo collage, sewing, all kinds of different things. So yeah, little update to share about that as well. Hello everybody. We have made it to the end of December. Today's December 31st, 2023. And I just wanted to wrap up this studio vlog here. December was not a very highly productive month for me. I assumed I would make more art than I did in the end. I did do a lot of things though around that you will have seen around the holidays, and just I kind of went for flow this month, and I just did the things that felt good in the moment to do. And I have a little bit of a cold, a little bit of a cough right now. And that's the other thing. I had like a, quite a cold at the beginning of December that ebbed and flowed. And then I thought I had recovered, but the cough kind of lingered, but it wasn't very bad. And then it seems to have come back in the last few days and it's very irritating. So I think that's also was a sign to me that I needed to slow down and not push around art. I'm still doing stuff around art, of course, such as the admin around the Clocking In for Unpaid Labor project and applying for opportunities and, getting opportunities lined up and organized for the beginning of the year. The first 2 weeks of January are actually quite busy. And I'm trying out a new scheduling system for myself where I've set up a color coding system, and I've listed out for the next 2 weeks my tasks, and I'm going to see how that flows with the overall of my days, and then see if that's how I want to keep setting up my days. So if it works well and I feel like I'm accomplishing most of the things and it feels like it's a good motivator for me accomplishing my work, then I will keep doing that system. If it doesn't seem to be working, then I'm going to tweak it. I'll try to tweak it probably every 2 weeks to see if I can make it work better to keep everything organized and also keep me making work. There's 2 things that I really want to prioritize this year. One of them is my exercise and health, because as you can see, I feel like whenever I have a year where I get sick several times, I usually think, okay, I'm not exercising enough, I'm not taking care of my health enough. So that's one thing I want to prioritize getting into a routine about. And then the other thing is making art. So not getting bogged down in admin, not getting distracted by other things, making sure that I'm making enough art, because I want to have a really productive year in terms of making, because I think I've had the last 2 years where I haven't made that much, and I really feel the need to push that a little bit this year, get a really good solid studio practice set up for myself so that I feel like I have stuff going on in the studio and it feels like I'm giving the most time to that, and then fill in everything else. So that's my goal for now. So yeah, that's the end of this studio vlog. I want to thank you so much for following along. There will be more content about me trying to figure this full-time artist thing out, over the course of this year. I also expect that my video output will change, will evolve, I'll probably try out some new things, because I'm figuring out how social media and content creation fits into my practice as a professional artist, how it's going to work going forward in terms of newsletters, Instagram, YouTube, and potentially other things coming forth in the next year. So it should be an interesting process. So thank you for being here for 2023, and subscribe if you're new, if you'd like to continue on for 2024. And I will be back again soon with another video.